First appearance in a Wembley Cup final. Surprise a lot of people and win. In the next 90 minutes, we're almost certain to find out. As Arsenal get us away, this 1978 FA Cup final in the yellow shirts and blue shorts, attacking the goal to our left. Ipswich in blue shirts and white shorts, and here's Stapleton straight away. Yes, a slide and an unfair contact and a free kick for Arsenal, and an indication of how this pitch, soaked by rain for so long this week, will cut up. Although it's surprisingly firm, it's drained well. Brady chipping it in. Cooper had to come for that one. In the end, it was Kevin Beattie who put it away for the corner. Brady will take it. Willie Young in there. You can depend that Macdonald and Stapleton will be in there. And Jack Charlton was saying last night in Who Will Win the Cup that it could well be on these occasions that Paul Cooper might be vulnerable, lacking that inch or two as balls are played in under his crossbar. Hudson now, though. Brady looking to dip another of those little crosses in. No, instead he's played a nice reverse ball here to Hudson. Hit in lower this time. Oh my word, O'Leary. Not very far wide with that one. Ipswich a little slow to pick him up. Coming in there, Jack, and O'Leary.
Yeah, he was sliding when he hit it. It didn't go very far wide. It was one of those he might have just scooped over the top into the far side. Look, it went near post, actually.
That was Mariner coming deep again. We'll see plenty of that. Mariner lying deep, setting things up. Mills for Ipswich now. Talbot cut out by Price. Mills again. Arsenal's throw. Stapleton's nice knockdown, and look how quickly Sunderland picked it up. Hunter right in there, and Macdonald. Oh, a foul by Macdonald. It's a free kick to Ipswich. Nelson. A huge red balloon playing tricks just behind Paul Cooper. Willie Young. Oh, just past that post for what would have been such an important goal there for Paul Mariner. With a matter of 3 minutes gone. Jackie.
Yes, he had a swing at this one. It was a bit reminiscent of the Southampton goal, actually. Went right across him just outside the far post. Maybe that's an omen. They both had a chance early on. We may get a few goals today.
Derek Niffard was testing the ball there for a moment. I don't know whether one of the players complained about it. Well, a scare at both ends, as Jack says. A goal kick to be taken by Pat Jennings. And the atmosphere now absolutely brilliant here. Willie Young for Arsenal. Short to Sammy Nelson. No, not out of play. This is Roger Osborne. Young's header. Played on towards Macdonald. Hunter was tight in on him, though. Early moments in a cup final where teams need to settle down a little bit. And very often it's the team that settles the quicker that goes on to do great things. Osborne trying to get in on Macdonald. Hudson finding Price. O'Leary spraying it wide there, very accurately and well for Sunderland. Oh, a bit of space there. A good ball there, played in again, and Sunderland had time to pick himself up. That's a couple of very good reverse balls that have been played, and both times have found Hudson, Jack.
There's been very good build-up, that actually. It was a shame that the young boy, what is he? David Rice fell over there when he went for that one, because it was a good return ball, and if he had run onto it the way it looked as if he was going to do, could have been really dangerous because no one picked him up.
That's an Arsenal throw. David Geddis. Stapleton. Looked like handball, and it was spotted instantly there by the referee. So George Burley, young Scot, planting that ball there for Clive Woods. O'Leary very, very composed. Nelson could have got himself in a bit of trouble there. Brady playing it short, Nelson taking it on. Free kick, I think. Hudson. Macdonald played short again to Brady. Now Stapleton. Oh, Mariner very deep and he lost it. Woods now to Mills. Beattie in there. Just finding that pitch a little bit difficult, I think, at the moment, Jack.
Yeah, the ball's coming off a little bit quick. It is a bit skiddy out there. But they'll get the hang of it in a little while. I think Arsenal are more inclined to look the more impressive at this stage of the game because they do play a controlled stop and push game. So they're going to make it easier for each other. But Ipswich's longest type of game makes the control needed a little bit more difficult.
Mills. Well, he cannily got that ball off Alan Sunderland for an Ipswich throw. That's another Arsenal throw. Well, they suffer a bit. And will do this afternoon. Bobby Robson, the manager, Cyril Lee on the right, McLambert on the left for substitute. It's with Brady. Rice charging in there, linking up well. Free kick, the foul by Mariner. So, free kick for Arsenal. Maybe a little too far out to expect anybody to have a real effective blast at goal, but you never know. Maybe they want to put Cooper under pressure. Brady maybe with a little chip. No, played short for David Price. Took a little too long to control that one. Willie Young. Geddis coming in close. Young showing good control on the ground. But in fact there was a foul. A pity that wasn't allowed to go on. Nelson playing it in for Sunderland. A bit of space there on the edge of the Arsenal box. Hudson. Brady. Willie Young wildly kicking and missing. David Price, well, he caught it well enough, but way over the top. No trouble for the ball boy. In fact, the ball boys here today coming from Dorset. They all come from Dorset. They all have to be between 15 and 18 years old and 5'6" tall. Willie Young winning it well in the air. And as Jack was saying, Arsenal at the moment looking just that little bit more together. But here's Hunter. Not offside, and Jennings right out of his goal to fly hack that one away. Played in a cup final here and got a cup winners medal for Spurs in 1967 against Chelsea. Woods. Oh, he's found a bit of space. And there's a nice little chip there towards Geddis. But Arsenal cut it out again. Sunderland. Rice. Hudson. Sunderland. Again, this patient, careful, precise and accurate build-up. Here's Stapleton. No foul. Beattie. Rice. And Beattie went in again. I think he was hurt by that challenge and he got up and meant to do something about it. Kevin Beattie, and indeed he looks as though he might be, that right knee might be troubling him a little. Here's Burley. Towards Paul Mariner. No, too high. Rice. O'Leary. The Arsenal skipper Pat Rice. Alan Hudson very deep again. But he's very deceptive. He'll play very deep, but he'll also link up with things where it really matters on the edge of the box as well. Woods getting in fast. Now Geddis a chance to break, maybe. just nudging it out here for Clive Woods. A good, interesting break this for Ipswich. Turned inside. Osborne missed it. Oh, and Mariner hit the crossbar. What a good break by Ipswich. From the moment Woods got free.
Because Willie Young let him, but a great ball across the face of the goals. Had time to stop it, but it broke well. I thought it was a goal. I didn't believe it when it hit the bar and came out. But that's your look in the cup final. The chance was there.
Well, this is the man who made that chance. Clive Woods with a corner now for Ipswich. A deep one. Beattie trying to get in on it, but the safe, sure hands of Jennings are there. What a break that would have been for Ipswich.
Clive Woods did very, very well there. He's got a lot of control, and we said earlier that he was the one that could swing the game, if anyone. But I was surprised at Big Young there coming out and trying to play football in the position he was trying to play it in. Now it cost them a goal.
Now Macdonald. Here's Stapleton. Sunderland and Macdonald are waiting in the middle. Price is supporting. But Stapleton's got a problem. Mills back to Cooper. Lad who joined Ipswich from Birmingham City for £30,000. Although Mariner was down in a heap, the referee allowed it to go on. Talbot's right in there, again an indication of how Ipswich are going to get their midfield men in that Arsenal area. Here's Hudson, Brady, and that's going to be an Ipswich throw. This is a good little spell for Ipswich, and they'll want to keep Arsenal under their thumbs at the moment. Osborne, Geddis. And a good piece of play by O'Leary. A throw to Ipswich. David O'Leary. Woods, beaten by Nelson. Macdonald the first to react. That's for Sunderland. That's a throw to Arsenal. Well, that was a terrible bad moment for Paul Mariner, hitting the crossbar. As Jack said, it really looked, I mean, we were all ready to shout goal here. And I think a few thousand voices in Suffolk were prepared to join us in unison. O'Leary with the kick. Mills cutting it out. Here's Woods again. He's had a very good start. Here's Mills linking up. Talbot away on the touchline for him. It's Brian Talbot. Kevin Beattie to Alan Hunter. Chip in again towards Mariner. A very important ball for Willie Young to win there. Just look at Woods again. Never played for England, Clive Woods. He was in the squad that went to a World Cup game in Luxembourg. He didn't get on. He's not been chosen since.
It's interesting to see the way they've used him, actually, Ipswich. He's played out on the right-hand side of the field and on the left. He seems to have got a free commission to go and find place where he needs.
Burley, otherwise known by the Ipswich players as Valentino. Good-looking young lad, they say, from Scotland, under 23 international. Now, Beattie or Stapleton. It's Stapleton's backward header, but look how well Talbot did. Brian Talbot now for Ipswich. This man Woods. Don't think that even Wark, yes, he got it to stop it going for the goal kick. Haven't seen very much of John Wark yet in this opening 14 minutes. Certainly it's something to watch out for as the afternoon unfolds, to watch how Ipswich get their midfield men like Talbot and Wark and Osborne into scoring positions. It's an Ipswich throw, which Talbot will take with a quarter of an hour gone. No score. Woods turned well. What a lovely little bit of play, and Nelson was delighted just to get a touch on that. And look at Jennings right out here. Oh, cannonning into the corner post, and he's got to get back quickly, but the referee will hold it up while the corner flag is put back into position.
That was a shame. Alec had committed himself all that way out. If the corner flag hadn't have gone over, there would have been in real trouble, because the boy was, Osborne was going to play the throw in straight away. It would have been interesting.
And again, what a brilliant piece of work by Clive Woods. A lovely little cross that put Arsenal in trouble. Osborne right in there again. And after a quarter of an hour in the Scottish Cup final, it's Aberdeen 0, Rangers 0 at Hampden Park. Just look at the back of Pat's jersey. Macdonald versus Hunter. Hunter judged it well. Geddis got up well too. Mariner getting away from Willie Young. They're having a good time at the moment as Burley overlaps for them this time. Hit in first time, and it's Macdonald who had to get right back there to add a bit of sustenance to Arsenal in defence. Mills. Space this side for Burley. Now played for Paul Mariner. Running into trouble. Good spell this for Ipswich, Jack.
Yeah, they must be under a bit of pressure, Arsenal, when Liam Brady's back trying to challenge and get balls. But he's causing Willie Young a few problems.
Now Burley. Hit in towards Mariner. Oh, and he didn't get a fist to it, Pat Jennings. And Arsenal got it away. But everybody bar Paul Cooper now in the Arsenal half of the field. Talbot turning it in again. That'll be too close to Jennings, I think. No, Mariner and Willie Young both up for it. Mariner actually pushing in on Willie Young. Free kick. Brady. Arsenal needing to pull themselves together to cool it a little bit, to get their controlled football going again. Nelson turning it on to Macdonald, and Beattie allowing him nothing. Brady. Hudson. Stapleton do something here. Oh, he controlled that well. What a good piece of play. And Sunderland's right in there too. Very skillful stuff by Stapleton.
He did well, Stapleton, there, but it was Hunter that really set it up. Alan Hudson. Because you can't give him the room to see the passes he wants to make. You've got to close him down a lot quicker than in fact he's been closed down. If you give him the room to plant them, he will put them in the right place.
Here's Osborne. Talbot. Woods. What tricks this time? Mills. Geddis offside. Linesman Jim Bent of Hemel Hempstead. Absolutely right. David Geddis. O'Leary. It's a long ball. Linesman on this side flagging though, and offside. It must have been against Malcolm Macdonald.
He doesn't look too happy, Malcolm Macdonald, up to now. I've not seen anything of him at all in this game up to the present. Of course, he's the player that's liable to explode and do something, but I like to see him centre forward at this stage of the game and a little bit more of the action. Stapleton's been involved much more than him.
Now it's Osborne for Ipswich. Mariner, nice turn, nice pass there for Talbot. Now for Burley. A simple ball for Alan Hunter. And again, the blue shirts are coming forward. Sammy Nelson. Played for Brady. Oh, what a lovely piece of play by Brady, and here's Stapleton on his way. Macdonald's up with him. Hudson coming up fast. Good challenge by Burley. Oh, good play by Osborne. There's some skillful stuff out there this afternoon, and here's Mariner. Brought down unfairly by Hudson. The boos from the Ipswich fans, and a free kick, and just the slight word of warning there from Derek Lippard. Here we are, Jack.
Again, he got away from big Willie Young, and his pace is going to tell in this game. He was unfortunate to be brought down there, but he would have been away, and I don't think Willie will catch him if he does.
Osborne. Too high for Geddis, but not for O'Leary. And a free kick to Ipswich. Another foul by Alan Hudson. It's an indirect free kick. Brady, Price, Hudson in the wall. To be joined by Macdonald, Pat Jennings behind them. Talbot playing it in too high though for Mariner. Hudson, Brady, Rice, O'Leary, and Willie Young. Well, as Jack was saying, it could well be a testing afternoon for that big red-haired Scot if he's going to hold on to Mariner. But here's Sammy Nelson. Oh, he's going all the way, Nelson. Played for Sunderland. And a good, strong, fair challenge by Mick Mills. But I wonder why Nelson didn't go further and try a shot. But here's Clive Woods now. Rice right with him. Mariner in there too. They're going to let him turn. Willie Young stuck with him well, but it's a corner, which Clive Woods will take. Mick Mills coming up, and so is Kevin Beattie coming up. Alan Hunter staying back. Woods with the corner for Ipswich. Curling in under that crossbar. Willie Young got his header to it. Wark was right in there trying to beat Hudson for that ball, but Hudson wouldn't have any of it. Good play there by Hudson. Macdonald, and again how well he was covered by Hunter. No foul. And back to Cooper.
Ipswich are prepared to chase a lot more than Arsenal are prepared to do, and they're putting Arsenal under a lot more pressure when they've got the ball than in fact Arsenal are putting them under.
Right, here's Nelson.
It's a part of the game that's important, especially in a cup run, that you show enthusiasm, you get in about people, make them play.
Here's Brady. Chipped in to Stapleton, a lovely ball and a good shot on the turn. And really Stapleton has looked the liveliest of Arsenal's men up front so far. What a ball by Brady though.
Liam Brady is really starting to show a little bit of quality. He's got the pace of the game better than anyone else on the park at the moment, I think. He seems to be able to find the time and the space to make his passes. It's important that for Arsenal that he does make these passes play, because they don't seem to be making them from any other part of the field.
Beattie. Osborne. It's the cross towards Woods. That's going to be a goal kick though. No, it's not. It's a throw to Ipswich. Mick Mills so busy doing a bit of shouting and in fact telling John Wark to cover him over on that touchline a little bit, forgetting about taking the throw. Talbot. Another Ipswich throw. Taken quickly this time, finding Woods on the edge of the area. Oh, he's fooled Rice. No, I think the ball was out of play. No, it wasn't. Now it is. Goal kick.
What an exciting player Clive Woods is. He held off that cross beautifully there, just to give himself the space to play the ball past the challenge, and he did it extremely well. He's going to be a good lad this afternoon. I'm looking forward to the rest of the game with him.
Hunter jumping but shoving in on the back of Macdonald. A free kick to Arsenal, already taken. It's with Hudson. Sunderland. Hudson. Nice play here by Arsenal, but the pass from Macdonald to Hudson didn't quite go home.
Big Alan Hunter looks to be in a very determined mood this afternoon. He was penalised for that challenge in the air, but it was a good, hard, strong one, and Macdonald knows now he's going to get no change.
Well, here's Macdonald again, this time with Beattie behind him, but that's Brady! And Cooper could take no chances. Brady again, really beginning to buzz. Look at this for a little bit of skill, but Talbot stuck to him well. Now Willie Young, but Brady was up and looking for it again. Come this time for Talbot. Mariner's right up, it'll be the long ball for him. Knocked back again. Burley, look how the defenders are supporting well. Woods is in a lot of space on the far side. That's Wark, who didn't get a touch, and John Wark really in the opening 26 minutes or so has really shown very little. But there's time enough. Geddis now for Ipswich. Mariner right in there, nodding it back, offside. Hudson. Mills. Good ball there, played for John Wark. Hasn't really got his touch yet, Wark, but now there's a pass that finds Geddis. That's not a bad shot! It had Jennings in trouble! That was the sort of shot he wouldn't have wanted to have faced. Geddis, it bounced awkwardly just in front of him, actually, Jack, didn't it? Look.
Yes, it was the sort of ball that goalkeepers have nightmares about. He didn't know how the ball was going to kick, whether it was going to bounce high or come straight through. He did well, Alec, there, very well.
Did you say Alec, or did you mean Pat?
Pat.
Clive Woods. And Wark miscuing, but maybe not. And Jennings again in a bit of trouble. Now, if Geddis can pull this back quickly, the rains of the week ruined that. Look at Macdonald right back there. And now Stapleton. Oh. And away goes Stapleton. Only Sunderland supporting him, surrounded by blue. That's a good pass now to Alan Sunderland. And what a good challenge by Hunter. Macdonald slipping and presenting it to Woods. Mariner. What a good final at the moment. Geddis. Burley outside him. Oh, a foul. And not a very pretty one by Liam Brady. Really threw his thigh into David Geddis there.
Every time in the Football League this season I've seen that sort of a tackle, the player has been booked. And Liam Brady's got away with it this time. Maybe it's because it's a final.
Well, he's calling Brady over to him. No, he's not. He just wants the ball. This is it again, just before that free kick is taken. And look at that. Clearly taking the man. And as Jack says, every other week, that's a yellow card. But it's now Burley for Ipswich. Towards Beattie, it's Willie Young, it's David Price. Now it's McMills. Arsenal coming out quickly, but not quickly enough. They haven't caught them offside. Mariner in oceans of space on that far side. Across now towards Kevin Beattie. Neill coming in there. The whistle had gone. A foul, I think, by Beattie and Geddis as they jumped.
We thought the Arsenal two centre-backs would pick up man for man, and they are, but Mariner's still too quick for both of them, and he's getting away and finding himself oceans of room at the right time.
And playing right across the line as well, Jack.
He's going to have a great influence on this game if he keeps up this, because he's really expending some energy, Paul Mariner. He's really chasing back now.
Now the long legs of David O'Leary. Macdonald didn't get a touch because Burley was there, but now it's Macdonald. Short for Sammy Nelson. Burley again there. They're doing well at the moment, Ipswich. Geddis. What a good ball again for Mariner. With half an hour gone, it's still 0-0 at Hampden Park. Here's Woods. Pace slackens for just a moment. Geddis up well. That's when you look for the Ipswich midfield men to come in. Brady versus Geddis. Goal kick. And away go Arsenal again. Brady. Hudson, Nelson. Hunter. But it's with Hudson. Brady asking for it short. Oh, that was a bad challenge by Wark. And Brady not happy with the service he got from Hudson, as you can see. He's not complaining about the tackle there. He's complaining about Hudson's pass.
It's what you call a killer ball, that. All you're doing is setting a player up to get hammered, and he got hammered. And he's entitled to play war with Alan Hudson over that one. He set him up properly there.
Well, it's Brady with the free kick. That was a bad challenge, just as Brady's was before it. Fair dues. It was a bad Arsenal challenge. It was a bad Ipswich challenge as well. It's a goal kick to Ipswich now.
Arsenal have had very little down the lines that they've played where they could play any sort of a cross in. Most things they've tried have been directly through the middle of the park and up to people's feet.
Just listen to those Ipswich fans now. Willie Young belts it away again. Mick Mills beaten in the air that time by Sunderland. Significant that the flags are at that end and they're only just beginning to show at the other end.
If I was Bobby Robson, I would be highly delighted with the way this game's going at the moment, because Ipswich are controlling the whole business. They've not been in any trouble apart from the first minute, and they've made several good chances, and the build has been great. Look at him. Lovely lad, Bogano, Geordie.
That helps, does it?
Yeah, it's one of the qualifications.
Beattie getting that one away. Now Talbot. Now Woods. Now, can he skin Rice? Well, he was holding on to him, and that had to be a free kick. Neill winning it. It came off the referee and fell nicely for Arsenal. Alan Sunderland. Now can Hudson get that one back? Oh. Well, the corner posts are taking a fair beating as well. Pat Jennings has flattened one of them, and Brian Talbot did that one. A corner for Arsenal. No, I think the referee signalled a throw there. It'll be a throw, which Brady will take. O'Leary. Curled in high, they're all coming in, and Cooper got above them and took it well.
That was the ball that was going to worry us, the one that was hanging up there that he had to come and get, with people bearing down on him like Macdonald and Stapleton. But he stood his ground and he did excellently there.
Geddis. Here's Osborne, who's looked very sure so far. Here's Geddis. Another long shot, and again Jennings has that ball gathered place off the turf. Object lesson really for all young keepers. He got beautifully behind that one. Whole body, as you'll see there, for that. Brady, space to look around and to think one or two things, and that hasn't happened very often this afternoon. Willie Young, Brady trying to curl inside Mariner. Here's Willie Young again. That's a bit close to Cooper, and again Cooper stood his ground and made his catch. Woods. That is how quickly that Rice got close to him. And in Hampden Park, Rangers are leading by a goal to nil, scored by Macdonald. But the Macdonald here has not yet scored, it's 0-0. O'Leary back to Jennings. Hudson. Stapleton. Nelson. Inside the last 10 minutes of the first half now. Okay, there are about 8 to go. Still no score. David O'Leary. Cross in there. That'll be headed away by Hunter. Pace has slowed just a little, but it really went off like a rocket in the first 25 minutes or so. O'Leary again, crossing in an earlier ball this time. Stapleton knocking it down. Price on the turn. Not a lot to spare.
That's the first we've seen of Price. I haven't seen very much of him in the game at all until that moment. It was a funny little ball. It dropped over the top of the goalkeeper here. He didn't really know what it was. He had committed himself forward just a little bit, and he was a bit worried he was going to drop him behind him. But it didn't.
Nelson. Oh, that's Cooper's. Neill calling for it, and now getting it. And now surging into that Arsenal half. It's come a long, long way. Here's Burley. Will be Price to cut out that one. Hunter. Well, a bit of space now for Woods. Mills. Goal kick.
Seem to have a bit of difficulty in putting the ball in the air into the box. They don't seem to be able to hold their feet properly. I've got a feeling about this ground that the ones that are going to really cause defenders problems aren't the floated ones. They're the ones that are hitting with a bit of pace on. They're going to come off the ground just a little bit too quickly for defenders. That are difficult to control, and someone may get on the end of one of those, but the crosses don't seem to cause anyone any problems.
Stapleton. And Mills back to keeper Paul Cooper. Mariner. Wark. Now Burley. Talbot. Woods. Geddis. Beating them all. Talbot. It's a nice long cross in towards Paul Mariner. There's his header. Well, Woods couldn't get the right connection. But the two men who've looked the most dangerous, Mariner and Woods, very nearly combining well there. Good jump there by Mariner. Woods couldn't quite get the right one.
The Arsenal picking up on crosses hasn't been that good either. It's Paul Mariner has given him all sorts of problems. Coming off and picking up balls short, getting it far post positions where he can go and challenge for the ball. He's looking good.
Oh, missed kick there by Osborne. Now it's with Macdonald. No, Osborne recovered well. Nice little ball played by Geddis there for Wark. Brady. Look at Osborne challenging again on Brady. He won't give him a moment's peace. Oh, Brady hobbling a little bit there. That's a bad sight for Arsenal fans. And hobbling quite badly. Beattie. Hit him low that time. Cannoning off Nelson, this time for Osborne. It's a lovely little ball played in there for Woods. And O'Leary putting it behind for the corner.
That sort of driven ball in at the people's feet is the sort I mean in the box, you see. He couldn't control it and it hit him and came away. If that happens in the box, anything could happen.
He's played well, Osborne, the number 7 for Ipswich, and here's the number 11. Clive Woods with a corner for them. Driven deep there towards Kevin Beattie. It's Beattie's header, and it's Jennings' save. Corner given. Here we are, Jack.
Yes, he got it well here, Kevin Beattie. Came from behind everybody, got it well. It was never going to be a goal. I mean, Pat Jennings had it covered the whole way.
Crowded 6-yard area there as Woods will tease this Arsenal defence with another corner. Willie Young getting it away only as far as George Burley. Again, Willie Young got in the way, and it's a throw for Ipswich. Geddis coming quickly, calling for it. Dragged off it though by Hudson, who used his skill to get past John Wark. This could be a good break. Sunderland's away on the right. Here's Macdonald on his left foot. Whack! But Mills was the master of that one. What a lovely break, though. Inspired in the first place by Hudson. And you began to tremble for Ipswich when Macdonald got it onto his left foot. It's with Brady now. Geddis. Oh, he's gone past Hudson well. Mariner's up there. Wark is coming up fast. And Geddis, the youngest player, showing no nerves. And Talbot with a shot. That is what Ipswich is about.
That's it. Get your forward players to push back the defenders and then get your midfield up to support them. Square balls across the face of the goals. Unfortunately, coming to Brian Talbot's left foot. He's a right-footed player playing on the left-hand side of the field. And it was just unfortunate that it was a bit pacey for him.
Burley. Well, if Ipswich came as underdogs, they've surprised a few people today. Burley putting it into Mariner. Now Talbot. Now Woods. Still 0-0. With about a minute and a half to go to half-time, and O'Leary asserting himself again. Woods. Mills. Oh, that'll fall for Clive Woods again. The ball hit in early towards Mariner. He's right in there. So is Osborne in there. Mariner's in there. Osborne again trying to hit it back. Mariner again trying to turn. And in the end, it's Hudson who brings it away calmly for Arsenal. To Sunderland. Tremendous cup tie. Nelson bursting through the middle, but Sunderland hasn't seen him. Here he is. Momentum's died a little. Here's Hudson. Rice is making the run this time. Slipped when he didn't want to, but still found Macdonald. Cross there. Price almost in. O'Leary. But Wark finding Woods. Beautiful ball to David Geddis. Half-time, and a brilliant first half as everywhere the crowd are on their feet, applauding not only Clive Woods, who's had a marvellous first half, but both sides for a demonstration of football of the highest skill and excitement. Paul Mariner, so very, very lively for Ipswich. He hit the crossbar, but it's still a blank score sheet. Arsenal have battled and battled away, but they've been pushed back by these Ipswich midfield men who've come in and supported by defenders like George Burley. It's Ipswich at the moment who had the better of things, but it's a scoreline that remains blank. Overall, it's clearly a much better final than a lot of people thought.
Yeah, as I said before, I think the game always needs a goal, because suddenly if there's no goal at the end of the day, then the game doesn't look as good. But I think technically the football's been super, and it just needs a goal.
What do you think Arsenal need to do now to get back into this game? I mean, that's not perhaps a little unfair to say they weren't in the first half, but I mean, the Ipswich midfield men were going so well and they were dominating that first half. What do you feel Arsenal need to do now to get back onto an even share of it?
Well, I think they've got to look at why Ipswich are being so successful, and I think that is because they're working down the flanks a little bit more and stretching the Arsenal defence. And I think this is what Arsenal aren't doing. They're not stretching Ipswich at all. They're playing this. Brady's chipping nice little balls in, but everything's going down the middle. And I think they've got to make the pitch a little bit bigger if they can. And I think also the fullbacks, I'd like to see them come forward a little bit more, especially Nelson. He came on a great run, opened up a great chance for himself, and then knocked the ball out wide. And I thought he might have had a crack.
Yes. And in fact, normally on a week-by-week thing, you see Pat Rice doing an awful lot of overlapping. I don't think Pat has made more than maybe one overlap in the course of 45 minutes.
I think Pat's got all on to keep hold of Clive Woods, to be honest with you. But I'd like to see Nelson going a bit more. He hasn't got quite as much to do defensively. And
it's noticeable how Mick Mills and George Burley have both been right up in that Arsenal penalty area from time to time as well.
Yeah, they've took the game to Arsenal, and the full-backs are coming forward, and the midfield men are knocking it out wide, and they're getting Clive Woods in there. And certainly, they're winning at the head miles on points at the moment.
Well, when you used to room with him at Scunthorpe, Clive Woods there, you could hardly have thought that he was going to get a day like this.
Well, it's incredible. That's football. I was in digs with him. He was there on trial for 2 months, and he showed a lot of skill. If anything, he lacked a little bit of strength, but he's certainly got that now. Man of the match for sure at the moment. Tremendous.
Good. And you still are tipping Ipswich?
Yeah, you must do. They played so well. I want them to win now. I think they deserve to.
Kevin, lovely. Thank you for giving us those views. If you'd like to go back to the studio and enjoy the second half, and I'll bring this other big fella in now, Jack Charlton. There's Bobby Robson. Thank you, Kevin. Well, he should be really proud. He's fashioned a superb side at Ipswich, and they are really doing him proud here so far this afternoon, even though it's goalless. Let it also be said that Terry Neill and Don Howe between them have done a tremendous job at Highbury as well. And this game is so beautifully balanced and could well go down in the next 45 minutes or so as one of the great cup finals. So it'll be Ipswich now, who are Richard Cobbold, chairman of Ipswich, just standing there. It's the Duke of Kent. So back onto the pitch, Ipswich in the blue shirts, white shorts, attacking now the goal to our left. Arsenal in their lucky yellow shirts and blue shorts. And away we go. No, the reason for this, John Wark was standing a yard inside the Arsenal half, and Derek Niffard, who I suppose would agree he's had a fairly easy game so far, spotted that one. So now we do get away.
I think before this can be a great cup final, Brian, Arsenal have got to just do a little bit more getting forward. They're isolating the two front men too much. But
here's O'Leary. They're isolating their two front men, you mean Macdonald and Stapleton?
Yeah, they've got to, like Kevin said, they've got to get the ball wide. The fullbacks are the people that have got to come into the game and get the ball wide and get it in from angles for these people to challenge for. That's the first ball that young Burley has put wrong in the whole game.
That's right,
and magnificent day.
He's given away the corner, and it's a chance now for Arsenal to swing one in. George Burley first appeared for Ipswich at the age of 17, and on that day, believe it or not, he had to mark George Best up at Old Trafford. Well, it's Alan Hudson who is now going to take this corner for Arsenal. Hit in very low again, and in fact it was George Burley who got it away. Talbot now to Woods, and Ipswich are really bursting out of defence. They've got men forward very quickly, and Talbot is offside. How noticeable, Jack, that the two front men for Ipswich after that break were Kevin Beattie and Brian Talbot.
Well, we said this last night on a little programme that this is what would happen, and they're very good at it with Ipswich. This is the game, and when
Brady.
they do it and do it with confidence, they look great.
Brady now to Willie Young. Tremendous atmosphere, as there always is at Wembley. Wark. No, it's a foul by Burley on Stapleton and a free kick for Arsenal. Now, what will that magical left foot do with this free kick? Lifted high into the Ipswich box. They all went hustling in there, but it was Beattie who got it away. So Brady, a little unlucky there. Wark playing it out first time. Nelson being challenged by Woods and by Burley. A throw to Arsenal. Oh, it's a free kick. Nelson, Brady, Nelson getting forward this time. O'Leary. Turned nicely and found Willie Young. Cooper behind it. Never a problem. Ipswich throw. John Wark, George Burley, and Willie Young's header to Sammy Nelson.
We've seen very little of Alan Sunderland, and I'm just wondering if it would be a better idea for him to play more in midfield for a while. Arsenal playing pretty well, three up front with him wide and getting nothing down the right-hand side of the field at all.
Here's Hudson, here's Brady. Again going through the middle, but will it work this time for them? Here's Sunderland. Again Ipswich cut it out. It's David Geddis this time bringing it away. Played for Mariner. Woods going across the line again, taking one or two with him and leaving a lot of space on the right-hand side for Burley. Chipped in again. I don't think Woods can get there, but Jennings can. Slightly slower pace at the start of this second half. Hudson, Nelson, Brady. And away goes Stapleton down that flank. But only Macdonald is up with him. Price is trying to get up there, and indeed it's gone over his head, and Talbot and Macdonald are hustling for this one. Linesman is flagging, and a free kick. Well,
that's a dreadful decision by the linesman. I wish linesman would stay out of it and let the referee get on with the game. The ball was obviously going to be hustled for and pushed for, and the player won the ball, and he's given stopped the game and given a free kick to the player who won the ball. Crazy in a cup final. We want excitement. Let's get on with the game.
Now it's Hunter. Oh, and the pass has gone straight to Stapleton. And Beattie recovered superbly. Now Hunter. Needed that recovery. Brady. Mind you, there have been a few examples in recent history of teams who apparently have controlled a cup final and have been beaten at the last by the odd breakaway. And here are Arsenal on a breakaway now with Hudson. Price. Rice. Macdonald. It's out of play.
He ran to about 25 yards with that ball, Alan Hudson. And by the time he decided to play a little short one to someone, every Ipswich player had got back behind the ball and picked up. He's a great player, Alan, but he seems to have lost his explosive bursts of playing the ball and then getting it back himself. He spent a lot of time just running with it and playing little simple balls today. And it's to Arsenal's detriment because they've never fed their front two with the type of balls that they should have had.
Mariner getting underneath this one. Oh, and O'Leary is beaten and the game goes on. Mariner with a chance to shoot. Wark! Oh, he's hit the post. Oh, and Mariner's put it wide. It makes you believe it's not going to be Ipswich's day. Mariner whacked one against the crossbar in the first half. Wark, that brilliant midfield player with the waspish shot, hit the post with that one.
That was as near to being a penalty kick as I've ever seen. In fact, it was like if it hadn't gone to an Ipswich player to hit the post, it would have been a penalty. Because the player coming across, I didn't see who it was, went straight for Mariner and in fact took him. But the ball broke and the referee allowed an advantage, which was unfortunate. Ipswich is not their day. Two great chances.
Hunter. And now Mills. Woods. Mariner. Got away from Willie Young again, and the shot's too high, but they are raining in on Jennings at the moment. And there was another example of how this Paul Mariner, with tremendous acceleration, gets by Willie Young. Young is in pursuit now. Nelson comes to him, and it's over the crossbar.
I thought for an instant that Paul Mariner was going to go on and take the last player in the box there. I think he would have had more of a chance had he done so, because he had two players to get the ball past. And when you let Pat Jennings make an angle on you like that, there's very little chance of you putting it past him.
Good start now to this second half for Ipswich. Here's Geddis. He's gone past Young, and there's that man Mariner again. Geddis in the middle, Woods in the middle, Wark's in the middle, Osborne supporting. Geddis with the header, goal kick. Well, what about Willie Young, Jack?
Well, we'd said all along that he would have problems with Paul Mariner, and I've been proved exactly right. He's had problems every time Mariner's got on the ball. And he will have problems before the end of the game because he hasn't got the pace to match Paul Mariner.
Hunter lifting it forward again, and this time Willie Young, as he is so good in the air. Macdonald. Well, that pleased the Ipswich fans. Paul Malcolm, he's had two bad Wembley Cup finals and he's as yet not really redeemed himself in this one. Brady. Now Young. Hudson. Simple ball to Nelson. Geddis having two goes at him. And coming away with the ball. The ball seems to be running well for Ipswich. And Mariner, what beautiful control. Young is after him. Oh, and a good save there. And Talbot's shot whacked into Willie Young. And now it's Hudson coming away for Arsenal. O'Leary. Is this going to be Arsenal on the break? O'Leary a long way. Sunderland, great piece of goalkeeping by Cooper. Well, it was nearly Arsenal stealing something in the break there. David O'Leary, a long run and a lovely little pass to Sunderland, Jack.
Alan Sunderland just was a bit unfortunate there that he had to turn round and go chase the ball. Had he taken up his position wide a little earlier, he would have run onto that one and been able to open across the goalkeeper. As it happened, the goalkeeper did extremely well.
Did remarkably well. Willie Young to where it's safe. The game's picking up again in the second half. Ipswich with a throw to be taken by Mick Mills. Normally most placid of men, Pat Jennings giving a few orders there, a little bit of anxiety perhaps. Rice playing it back gently. Burley. Mariner. Osborne. Taken by Hudson. Here's Brady. And Brady taken by John Wark. Well, he's allowed to get away with it. Surprising. But it's Ipswich coming forward again with Clive Woods. Sent Hudson the wrong way. He's inside the box now. He's sent him the wrong way again. Across the face of the goal for the want of the merest touch. Clive Woods again, Jack. Here he is.
Yes, he looked at Alan Hudson and he thought, it's you, I'm going to take you, and no trouble at all. It was unfortunate the ball went across the face, but one of the Ipswich players should have been coming in on that because it was obvious where he was going to play the ball.
What a game he's had.
Well, Paul Mariner and him have been the two stars. Alan Hunter and Kevin Beattie at the back. Young Burley's only done one thing wrong. In fact, it's Ipswich's day. They've got the players who have done the job and look the part.
There's a fair bit of animation on the Arsenal bench at this time. I should think they're a little bit anxious at the way things have gone. Hudson, can he, or rather Sunderland, can he keep it in? It's an Arsenal throw. Terry Neill there, getting close on somebody. Rangers are leading by 2-0. Derek Johnston, the second goal for them against Aberdeen at Hampden Park. Brady back for Rice. And look at Burley coming out. Look at the acceleration there, and look at the pass there. If Woods, no, he can't. Clive Woods pointing up towards the byline. If it had been played a little further forward, a slightly different angle, that would have been brilliant.
Actually, Brian, he played the ball to the left there, and if he had gone the other way, Brian Talbot was in a much better position with much more room on the far side. But it was a great break by young Burley. He's certainly done his job today. And it's strange how we keep talking about Ipswich. It's not just because I tipped them, you know. But they are dominating the game.
Nelson then with the free kick for Arsenal. Hit towards Stapleton. And in fact Osborne got there before Brady. Here's Geddis.
Have we mentioned Mick Mills?
We should.
Very steady, very steady. As we said he would be. Never absolutely brilliant, but never lets you down. Tremendous pro.
Willie Young back to Pat Jennings. A quarter of an hour now of the second half gone, and just 30 minutes to go in this 1978 FA Cup final. Stapleton. Rice playing it for O'Leary. Rice again, Arsenal captain, the only member of the 1971 double side in the Arsenal team today. Osborne might be hustled from behind by Sunderland. No foul. An advantage of played again by the referee. The Ipswich fans weren't happy with that. Brady now finding O'Leary. Brady. Price. O'Leary. This is more like Arsenal, playing it around, keeping possession. Hudson curling one in there, dangerous one, an obvious tactic there, looking for Macdonald on the far side, hoping to catch out Cooper, but Cooper did it well, and just look at Geddis streaking away at this end. 19 years old, youngest man on the field, and finding Wark. Now, missed his kick, but here's Mariner, back for McMills. Is Mick going to have a shot? Well, wanted somebody who could curl one there a bit, Jack.
Yes, he came onto his right foot again. As he came inside, I was looking at him, I was thinking he's going to curl this in and try and put it in by the far post. But then I suddenly thought, well, he can't do that because he's on his right foot. But he tried, and that's all we can ask of him. He was now, if he had done it, he would have remembered it the rest of his life.
Sunderland, and Beattie very quickly in there. He's the quickest man on the Ipswich staff, and he got in quickly there and found Talbot. Woods, oh, look at that again. Well, he skinned Rice there completely. Can he do the same with O'Leary? No, I think O'Leary knew what he was going to try, but the way he went round Pat Rice was magic. Brady and Willie Young. Brady. Not too high for Hunter. Really has been a steady old influence again in that defence. Lucky for Ipswich he was past fit, but here's Sunderland again now. Talbot in there this time. Notice he's got his socks about his ankles. And I suppose as we come to the last quarter of an hour, that's the time when there might be a few errors as the feet and the brains get a little tired. But look at Burley right in there now. Willie Young, Sammy Nelson, and Talbot hustling him into a mistake there. Linesmen say playing on. Here's Talbot. Cross towards Clive Woods, the downward header. Well, there wasn't a lot to spare at the end.
Just about a yard. If the ball had been directed just another yard from the header here, across the face of the goals, Paul Marler would have got in on it. As it was just a yard away from him. And Pat Jennings is so quick coming on for them, reads him very, very well.
Brady quickening it up a little bit down that left flank, but just look how Osborne went with him. Roger Osborne, who marked Johan Cruyff out of a UEFA Cup game at Ipswich this season, is doing the same sort of job now, at least in that particular moment, on Liam Brady. But now it's Hudson. And another Arsenal attack breaks down. And in fact, Brady is off the field getting treatment from Fred Street as Ipswich take it up again with Wark. Mariner, deep and wide again. Mills. And Woods. Played in again to Mariner. Tried to turn it back. It comes to Wark instead. What a good ball there, played for Mariner. Now, is there something coming out of this? A little curler, but you don't get 71 caps for Ireland and being in first-class football from something like 1964 to be fooled by one of those.
I was a bit surprised at Paul Mariner there when he got the second opportunity and turned it onto his right foot. I thought he was going to have a real dig at it, and he decided to play one across the goals. It nearly was a good ball, but here he had the opportunity to really dig it, and he decided on that. Brady wasn't that far out.
No, exactly. Brady back on the field again, incidentally, just went off for a little bit of treatment there from the Arsenal physio, and in fact Graham Rix is warming up for Arsenal. Now, does that mean that Brady's injury? Yes, I think Brady is really struggling, and I think it'll be Liam Brady who'll come off right away now. That's a blow for Arsenal. Brady off, Rix on.
I don't really think it is a blow for Arsenal, you know, because Liam Brady has done really, apart from the first 25 minutes in the game when he played a few balls up through the inside left position, has really contributed very little to this game. Maybe now Arsenal will have another player who'll go forward a little bit quicker. But Alan Hudson has played a game very much like just a sweeper across the front of the back four. Very negative performance by Arsenal altogether. I'm sure their fans won't thank me for saying it, but it's true.
But to use the oldest cliche in the book, it's goals that win games, and for all their dominance, the score remains 0-0. Twice Ipswich have hit the woodwork. So with about 24 minutes to go, Arsenal 0, Ipswich 0, the sun beaming down on a very good cup final. And here's Hudson playing it through for Macdonald. Stapleton waiting in the middle, cut out by Hunter. Hudson, a nice piece of play. Stapleton's there with the header.
It was a good cross, this. And Stapleton going for the ball was put under a lot of pressure by
Beattie, I think.
By Beattie, yeah. You know, he knew he was second best, Beattie, on the cross, but he went through with his challenge and he just put him off enough to stop him directly where he wanted to do it.
Stapleton. It fell for Sunderland. Ricks outside him. Graham Ricks now. Strong, well-timed challenge by Mills, and another one that is fair. Ricks coming back, and Mills having the last word. Oh, nice passing play here by Ipswich as Wark takes it up. Burley in a lot of space on the right. That's where it'll go, yes. Now, the early ball, yes, but a poor one.
It was a good break, that, and Burley left himself just a little bit too wide when he came in on the ball. If he'd have been coming a little bit better, he could have played the ball in at the near post. But as it happens, none of the Ipswich players went there. They all seemed to look for a ball to the far post, and he put it over the top. I think they need to make his mind up for him, and they didn't do it there.
Willie Young. Macdonald. Oh, Ricks. Geddis for Ipswich. That's an Ipswich throw. Mariner and Willie Young digging in there, getting it into touch. 20 minutes to go. Woods. Burley. Left foot cross this time. And that's when you look again for the Ipswich midfield men picking up anything that's loose on the edge of the box. They didn't on that occasion. Hunter dinking it in again, and I think it was Roger Osborne a good 5 or 6 yards offside.
Unfortunately, he was not offside on the far side of the field when the ball was played to this side, because it would have been a good break there for Ipswich. They had players in a position to run forward into that space, and unfortunately someone on the other side played them offside.
Willie Young now for Arsenal. Here's O'Leary. Goal kick. David O'Leary. In fact, his brother, Pierce, 18 years old, has already won a Cup Winners' Medal this season for Shamrock Rovers against Sligo in the FA of Ireland Cup final last month. Battling away there, but so too was Talbot, and Talbot won it and found Woods. Now for Wark, driven in there. Oh no, he's hit the post again. That's absolutely incredible.
I keep saying to myself, it's not fair, you know. It's not fair when the ball hit the post.
Look at that lovely ball played by Woods again.
Ball across the face, and he came in beautifully. Struck it magnificently, and look at it. Hit the post. He said it's not fair.
Well, I imagine Bobby Robson, I don't know how he must feel about it, but he's got to feel that what else have we got to do to get a goal to win this game? And I think if you believe in fate, you begin to believe that it cannot possibly be your day. Well, we shall see. With something like 18 minutes left, Ipswich heads are still high as Woods comes in with a shot that's way off the target. I thought that last one looked a cert to be there.
But like we said about Pat, when the ball was going to be struck, he had made his angle on it, and the ball went wide of him and hit the post. Had it been inside the post, Pat might have just got there.
But Arsenal are still in it, and they are a tremendously competitive side with a lot of experience there. And if the Arsenal fans are shuddering a little bit at the moment, you can be sure that they're by no means downhearted themselves, maybe not quite with the same feeling that these Ipswich fans have got. But this cup final is here still to be won. Mariner with the backward header this time. Rice got that one away. Beattie's sideway header. Burley, probably, yes, happy to play it all the way back to the safety of Cooper. Geddis, O'Leary. Oh, well, half a dozen people went for that one, and none of them made a contact. It's a free kick, though, for Ipswich, which Beattie or Mills, will it be? Mills, floating it to Woods, and why not? Talbot, back by Woods from McMills. Woods again. Curled almost lazily in there, Willie. Oh, and a great save from Burley's header. Oh, my word. The defender came in unseen.
Beautiful crosses deep right outside the far post. And Burley just stole a march between a couple of them and got in a beautiful header. I mean, you couldn't put it in a better spot, and what a save.
So, Ipswich again now. Clive Woods with this cross. Beattie's right up for this one, getting his header in through quite gently and easily to Pat Jennings. And now, will it be Arsenal on the break? Graham Rix getting the better of Beattie, but not for long. Well, is he thinking maybe of bringing on Lambert? Surely not. Just pouring out his troubles to the Ipswich substitute. Surely you cannot substitute anybody in this side at the moment. Geddis. Oh, he's played it straight to Rix. Just a quarter of an hour to go. Hunter. Stopped, though, by Hudson. Rix playing it for Nelson. A few little worries there in that Arsenal bench. Don Howe and Terry Neill. Now Willie Young. Slower build up, but it's accurate. And here's Rice. He hasn't come forward very often, and that's fallen off the tired legs of Brian Talbot behind for the corner.
Again there, a ball played in with just a little bit of pace that came off the surface and just kicked off him and went for a corner. Could have gone anywhere, you know.
It looked just a little slightly tired, I thought, there, Brian Talbot. He's got his socks at his ankles, and
well, they've covered some miles, this Ipswich team today. One wonders if it goes to extra time, just how they'll manage to get through it. Arsenal style probably would give them the advantage then.
There's the corner by Graham Rix. Willie Young on the far side getting his header in. Paul Cooper with the catch.
But then looking at Arsenal, they don't look particularly healthy themselves. But that type of game is better to go a long way.
Woods popping up on the far side now. Here he goes. Again it breaks for him. This time for young David Geddis. Oh, he's gone past Nelson. Across the face of the goal. That's got to be it. And it is it. Roger Osborne has made the breakthrough.
That's the first bit of luck in front of goals that they've had. A great break by Roger Osborne here. Beautiful ball. Willie Young can only stop the ball and play it in front of, who is it? Osborne, who made the break on Geddis on the far side, wasn't it?
Here we go again.
Great break.
Clive Wood, or rather Geddis with the break. Played out again by Willie Young. And thank you very much.
That's the only place Willie Young could played that ball. He had to pull it back that way, otherwise he would have almost certainly put it into his own net. He's had a bit of bad luck with that. He's going to feel bad about that, but it wasn't his fault. Justice has been
Roger Osborne needing a little bit of attention there. Comes from a family of 12, so he's got a lot of support in the stadium today. And now Arsenal know they've got a task on their hands with 12 minutes left. But nobody really here today, even the most avid of Arsenal fans, can doubt for a moment that it's a lead that Ipswich Town deserve. The first time they've ever been to Wembley for a cup final. And now, if they can hold out for 12 minutes, they will win Wembley's 50th final.
This is a dangerous time for them now. Arsenal, lovely, he's not even smiling. This is a dangerous time for Ipswich now. They've got to be positive and come on. Yeah, this ball right across the face. See, Pat couldn't get back to that one. There's nowhere else Willie Young could play the ball apart from back to where he played it. But they've got to be very careful now because they've got to keep coming forward and they've got to be positive.
Bobby Robson, in fact, is off his bench and he's down on the edge of the track to see how seriously the injury to Roger Osborne is.
I should imagine Roger Osborne would be saying the only way you get me off this park is if you carry me off. Now, no one wants to leave with 12 minutes to go when you're leading 1-0.
Not when you've scored either. And yet it looks as though he's going.
Well, that's very unfortunate. He must have got hit after he struck the ball. That must have been a collision. I didn't notice that. If that's his last kick ever in a cup final, he scored the winner. Or maybe he scored the winner.
Again, it's good to go out at the top. So Mick Lambert is on. But now Arsenal, with time added on for injuries, 10 minutes left. A goal down. Rice pumping it now. A test on this Ipswich defence. Rix hopeful of getting a shot in, and Cooper across the face of his goal.
The contrast to the two ends now was tremendous. There's total silence up to the left of us and total jubilation to the right.
Willie Young, brought down on the edge of the box. No penalty. In fact, it's not even a free kick. Well, that surprises me, but it certainly wasn't a penalty. So Arsenal with Ricks slanting this ball out here now to Alan Sunderland. Talbot battling away, finding Woods.
Now this is what they don't want to do. They don't want to give the ball away now, otherwise they give Arsenal possession. They've got to keep playing it the way they have been playing it. Keep the ball themselves. That way they'll get through the time.
Look at Talbot, battling in there, battling against Ricks, and Ricks coming back, and Talbot's legs betrayed him in the end. There are some tired men out there now. And there's the Arsenal end. What a contrast. Now Lambert. Burley. Lambert. George Burley. Wark almost tired. A really weary little pass that by him. And that pitch, the heavy pitch after all the rain, has taken the stuffing out of so many of them now. Mills. Mariner, brilliant. Woods, superb. Mariner. Mills. Just keeping possession, as Jack was saying a moment ago. That's what they have to do. 7 minutes remaining. And Beattie playing it gently back to Paul Cooper.
I don't mean keep possession and waste time. That can only be detrimental to them. What I meant was keep playing it positively and come forward and keep possession the way they have been doing. If they slow the game down like this, they're liable to make a simple mistake in their own half, and it'll cost them could cost them the game. They've got to be positive like they have been all the game.
Here's Rice. Macdonald. Oh, onto that left foot. And straight at Paul Cooper. The first real blow we've had from Malcolm Macdonald. And it comes 7 minutes from the end of the game.
That's what he used to be great at, Malcolm. He hasn't done it at all in this game. Take the ball left, accelerate, and bang. And he can do it. But that's the first flash we've seen of him do anything worthwhile in this game.
Willie Young under pressure from Mariner. Ooh, cut out by Lambert. But it's the Devil's own job getting into this game for a substitute, I would have thought, picking up the pace and making a really worthwhile contribution. But certainly the fresh legs of Lambert and his enthusiasm should be an inspiration for everybody in a blue shirt. But here's Pat Rice. Can he now be an inspiration for his side? O'Leary. 6 minutes to go. Stapleton. Back this time for Sunderland. And a corner off Kevin Beattie.
This will be a long 7 minutes for Bob. He'll be saying every 2 minutes, how long is that to go? How long is it to go? It'll be a long, long time.
Well, these are the little pinpricks now that Ipswich have got to withstand. Wark at the near post. Curled in there again. Cooper! Well, we doubted whether he would quite be up to the job when we were talking last night. He has in no way failed Ipswich this afternoon.
But he's been well protected, you know, Brian. The Hunter and Beattie have picked up a load of
onside
good positions and stop people getting at him.
Here's O'Leary for Arsenal. Allowed to go a long, long way until Kevin Beattie gets in there. Now there's going to be a break at the other end. They're so tired that we're going to get so many mistakes now. Not Lambert though, but that wasn't quite the pass. Macdonald's header. Hunter and Beattie in their enthusiasm, both wanting to head that one away, but it was Hunter who got it into touch. An Arsenal throw. Ricks. Stapleton. Oh, Beattie falling over. And Aberdeen have pulled one back at Hampden Park. Ritchie has scored for them. It's Rangers 2, Aberdeen 1 at Hampden Park. Here we have 4 minutes left now. Ipswich leading by a goal to 0. Hudson, very deep. Hunter. Mariner. And away go Ipswich again. Wark. Ricks is after him. Mills. That's an Arsenal throw. Now we're down to 3 minutes. Macdonald, Ricks. Can these men in the yellow shirts still find something? Not when they put a pass like that Beattie can head away to Woods. Mills. And an offside against Talbot.
Temptation now is to play the ball as far away from your goals as you can, but it'll be a mistake because all you'll do is give Arsenal possession.
Hudson. And Beattie cut it out again so easily. The long, lazy ball there for David Geddis. That's an Ipswich throw, and we are coming to within 2 minutes of the final whistle, plus whatever time Derek Nippard adds on for injury. And there's a man who's suffering. Just wants those 2 minutes to go so quickly. 2 minutes left, you can see them saying. Lambert towards Mariner. Is that a corner? Yes, it's a corner. And Ipswich will be glad of that because that'll keep the ball in that end of the field a little longer. 90 seconds to go.
This is probably the slowest Woods has gone the whole game. It'll probably take a minute to get this into the box. And if he puts it into the box, it'll be a mistake because somebody should come out there and get it off him. You're only going to give away possession.
In fact, he's calling now.
Somebody must come out and have the ball off him and keep it in the corner.
Nope, they're not though. Woods will swing one in. Now, will it be Macdonald or will it be Talbot? It's Macdonald. Back with Jennings, and there's, I think it's David O'Leary on the... Yes, O'Leary is injured. And Jennings gets it away. And into touch.
See, when we talk about being professionals, Brian, on that corner kick, when it was played in, it was knocked out, Macdonald picked it up, someone broke down the left-hand side of the field, and you can get from one end of the field in a matter of seconds. And that could have cost Ipswich a draw, or a point, or a goal. At this stage, it's not necessary. They've won the game if they keep the ball.
They don't look very happy at the moment.
No, well,
Neill and Don Howe.
Don Howe and Terry Neill know that there's no way they're going to win this game. They're going to get back in it now. Arsenal aren't playing well enough.
If you could put your finger on it, Jack, as to why they haven't played well enough, what would you be saying?
Well, the midfield have never been positive enough to get forward and play. They've knocked balls up to the front two, but never supported them. They've never played the ball through to the front two and given them a chance to chase the thing. In fact, Malcolm Macdonald has been playing war over the last few minutes about the type of service he's been having. He's had a dreadful game, but he could have done with a bit more better service. Alan Hudson has played virtually a sweeper across the in front of the back four, and he's never made anything positive forward at all. And this, we said last night, would be one of the contributing factors to the game, was how often he came into the game forward. And in fact, very little.
There's a man who looks as though he's going to be a three-time Wembley loser.
Well, deservedly so, because there's no one can deny that Ipswich deserve to win this cup this year. And this
Sweat of
particular
battle
game
is on his brow, but there's no ball in the back of the Ipswich net.
When you look around Arsenal's team, you know, you find it very difficult to pick out anyone who stamped any authority on the game at all. Possibly if I had to pick someone out, I would say David O'Leary's been as good as anyone.
Well, O'Leary is fit again. It's Talbot with the throw for Ipswich. We've played over a minute of time added on for injuries, and I would think there's got to be another couple of minutes at least yet of that. Talbot to Woods. And he's kept it in play. Lambert. Well, Lambert will get another chance maybe. Yes, he has. He's crossed it in well there. And Mariner's header coming wide across that goal again. We've played nearly 2 minutes of injury time. And there's not going to be many chances for Arsenal now. Stapleton getting up for that one. Beattie looking all around him as Macdonald closes in. And Beattie, in fact, scuffed that one only forward to Clive Woods. That wasn't a very good ball by Woods. But Ipswich kept possession, and it's a throw to Ipswich. Brian Talbot. Derek Nippard has had a good game, good steady game. I would think he'd be the first to agree it hasn't been too difficult, but he's kept a good stamp on it. And Ipswich with a throw, and coming up to 3 minutes of injury time played. In fact, it's a free kick. And what is McMills going to do? Well, he's wasting a bit of time, and Derek Nippard is saying, I'm taking a note of that. I think he thought for a moment about playing a long ball back to Cooper. Mariner getting in there. Oh, Lambert had it taken off him. But again, the blue shirts close in, and Mills just nicked that back there because he knew that Beattie would be there, that the ball would go back to Paul Cooper, which I'm sure it's going to do. And a few more seconds will tick away. And Ipswich now just a last gasp away from winning the cup for the first time in their history. They won the championship in 1962 with Sir Alf Ramsey. They're going to win the cup, it seems, in 1978 with Bobby Robson. Again, a look at that watch. And Ipswich have won! The first time in their history, and Bobby Robson, a smile lighting up his face. Clive Woods, brilliant. Roger Osborne, who scored it and had to go off injured, coming on. The substitutes are on, the reserves are on. Mariner, who had an exceptional game, consoling David O'Leary, who looked as though he was ready to cry there. And this will go down as the greatest moment in this man's life. Don Howe on the right, bearing up well from defeat, but there's the happiest man in Wembley. And nice to see Paul Mariner with Pat Jennings, and it really has been that sort of game. Played in the best possible spirit, Alan Hudson and David Geddis. And what a lovely journey they're going to have back to Suffolk tonight. And O'Leary on the ground, being consoled by Fred Street. I don't know whether it was the knock he had just before the finish, or whether the poor chap is absolutely beside himself with distress. McMills, Captain Magnificent. Kevin Beattie, absolutely unbeatable at the back with Alan Hunter. Don Howe, where did we go wrong? How was it we didn't really play as well as we could play? Congratulations Ipswich Town, 1978 FA Cup winners, hard luck Arsenal. And here go Ipswich now, the first time they've ever had their hands on this trophy. And and Terry Neill applauding them up. The blue and white ribbons are already on it, and I think most professionals in the game would say no finer professional could go up and collect that cup than Mick Mills, some 13 years at Ipswich. I don't suppose he's ever been a moment's trouble to any manager they've had there. England international, as reliable as anyone can be, and now about to have the greatest moment in his life, taking the cup from Her Royal Highness Princess Alexandra, and his medal. The plinth will go to Clive Woods. Patrick Cobbold, the Ipswich chairman. What a moment! The first time in their history.
Brilliant, boys! Get right in, Tim, boys, come on!
Paul Cooper and George Burley. Paul Mariner, what a magnificent game. John Wark, who twice hit the woodwork. Robert Talbot, who ran for miles and miles and miles. The substitute Mick Lambert. David Geddis, the young man. The scorer of the goal that won the cup, Roger Osborne.